Not all objections are meant to be overcome. Like I use this analogy of the 10-pound house cat that doesn't want to be held. You ever tried to hold a 10-pound house cat that doesn't want to be held? Like it just squirrels away. So not every objection is meant to be overcome. And I would submit to you that like not every customer is a good fit for your product. And so your job shouldn't be to make sure that everyone is in a position to convert in your product or service. But as it relates to objection handling, one of the biggest pitfalls that people fall into is that we don't really end up handling, like we hear an objection and we want to respond, but we don't end up actually handling the root cause of that objection. And so the example I often give is when a customer says, I like your product, but it's too expensive. And I say, like, what does that mean? Too expensive? Like, think about all the different permutations of it's too expensive, like for our budget, for our priorities, for compared to what we're spending on this other thing. My buddy also works for this other company and I'm just going to buy from them anyways. So it doesn't really matter what the price is like. So like the whole problem with objections is that the things that people say aren't necessarily what the objection is all about. And so oftentimes we need to figure out, first of all, and uncover like what that objection is. And we do that by asking questions, right? If you are encountering a customer who the possibility of going with the status quo and just doing what they were doing before is very real, I think it's quite reasonable for you to ask during the discovery process, hey, look, I know we have a great solution and we think it could be a great fit for you. But I mean, what you're doing today might also be okay. Do you think that if you just kept doing what you were doing today and you fast forward a year out, do you think it'll be fine? And it's amazing because what you're doing is you're putting the burden of proof back on them to prove to themselves that they would be better off. And people like their ideas a lot more than they like your ideas.